To talk about somebody standing and banging, I don't think that this is even going to be a question right here. Sergei Pavlovich, man, he has written off the people, the detractors, the people who have abandoned his side after coming off of a couple rough losses, man. One to the very newly improved Alexander Volkov, which you cannot be mad at that loss. And then, of course, to the champ, Tom Aspinall, in a shootout where it could have gone anyone's way. But now you're at a crossroads where instead of fighting, think about it. I would argue, four probably of like what the top prospects of the heavyweight division have been. Volkov, Aspinall, Curtis Blade, Tai Tuivasa kind of crept in, so he doesn't really count. But like, you go from that to Jairzinho Rozenstruik, who, not going to say that he hasn't been at the top of the division, because his losses, who? Jelton Almeida, Alexander Volkov, Francis Ngannou, can't be mad, right? But Rozenstruik, even though he's a little under the radar, still very good, just not to the level of these guys. So it's a reset. It's a competitional reset, right? For Pavlovich, we know what the game plan is, man. Knock him out in the first round, right? If this fight extends, that's where Rozenstruik shines as a kickboxer, like purely. That's where he could mimic the strategy of Alexander Volkov, drag the fight out, outpoint him, and just get the dub. Is that a reality that we see, or is anybody not named Tom Aspinall and Volkov pretty much getting knocked out?
It's a reality, Derek. I don't know how fruitful the reality is going to be and how many people see it. It might just be Rozenstruik and his team trying to find a path through those bombs that are going to be coming at him, man, because yeah, you hit the nail on the head, right? Really good kickboxer, has great movement. Just we've seen him be overwhelmed with pressure and power from his opponents, and Rozenstruik I'm talking about. But if he is able to cut some angles, right, just skirt off just a little bit, we've seen how Pavlovich has that plodding forward motion, and when he's throwing with heat, so he's overextending a little bit. Rozenstruik's a talented striker, man. He can get things done. I just don't know. I always think this with Pavlovich, right? Because he's an older school style of fighter of a heavyweight, right? A little more plotty, a little more big power. He's not really fast and agile like we're seeing with the Aspinalls and the Gons and everybody else. Even Rozenstruik kind of falls into the same category. If Pavlovich is able to avoid being cut off, right? He's able to sit there and hold on his weight a little bit and have some power going forward still. He can just maul you, man. That's the hard part about Pavlovich. He one shot and you're seeing stars. Next thing you know, you're going to sleep. It's a rough one.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Rozenstruik, in my opinion, is at his best when he's counter-striking. But can you sit back and let Pavlovich bring the fight to you? If you can survive that first round, but you have to be able to push him back too. And that's not something that I see Rozenstruik doing in this fight. Don't get me wrong. Biggie Boy is like, hey, listen, everybody keep making me a dog. I'm going to prove you guys wrong. Like, I think he has a lot of confidence in this one. I think those losses rehumanized Sergei Pavlovich to be not this Russian crusher, right? To just be this normal heavyweight who, if he doesn't knock you out, he's a heavyweight. Everyone has a gas tank. And when that gas tank starts to deplete, it's one of the scariest things that you could possibly imagine. Or Rozenstruik drags it out and wins a decision. The line at open, -185 for Pavlovich, which I thought was like a nice number to get respect coming off of those couple losses. If we're looking at the live odd, though, AJ, jeez, -320 plus a 250 comeback for Rozenstruik. So money line, you lost the value that you had on the money line, and you don't really have money line. You don't really have value in the TKO, dog. -265. Jesus. All right, what's the play here, AJ?
You're looking at an over and under, Derek, and this is one of those weird ones where the under is the favorite. Right? Yeah. I was looking. Did the line switch?
No, the under, from what I'm seeing right here, is +105 for the under, -135 for the over. So the over is the favorite.
Yes. Okay. When I was looking at this earlier, man, when I was writing some odds down, they had the under as the favorite for this one. It was minus money. I forget what I'm looking at, or what I was looking at back then.
This was an opening line, so they definitely could have flipped by the time. Like what we're talking about right now, I'll look it up while you're talking, but I'll get the line. Go ahead.
But I'm thinking the over-under needs to be right here, right? Whichever way you're betting, that's who's going to be looking for this. And especially if you're a Pavlovich bettor going into this, no more money, or no more value on the money line, no more value in the knockout, which are his two most likely ways to win. So you have to be looking at that over. And if the over is the favorite, it's kind of betting towards Jairzinho. So if you're a Pavlovich bettor, you have to go with the under on this for Pavlovich because he's plus money on that. It makes all the sense in the world.
It does. But I'm looking at the live number. And again, folks, this is a live number. So you have to get in early when these things happen, right? -220, under 1.5, +160 for the over now. So this is a fight where AJ, I'm not going to lie to you. Unless you're betting on the dog, Rozenstruik, I stay away. I wouldn't bet on this fight. I just don't see where you could pull value from it.
I stay away. Yeah, I stay away unless you're like you said, unless they're looking for the dog play. I don't see how you can make money on this one. Maybe a parlay.
So, I mean, where it's fair is Pavlovich is getting the respect that he deserves, man. If you take away those 2 losses, he'd probably be a minus 800 favorite or something crazy like that. So, Pavlovich is a consensus pick right here. Heavyweight MMA, you love it, and we're looking for that early knockout. So, I'll say knockout Pavlovich under 1.5 just for like shits and giggles, but don't bet on that, folks. That's my advice to you right there.